Well, good day there, Wealth Press traders, viewers, subscribers, and investors. It's time for another midweek update, and I'm joined today by Lance Ippolito. Lance, how are you doing?
Lovely, lovely. Just watching the markets and trading all day.
Yeah, big spike in the VIX this morning. Market seems to be pretty spooked. Everything's going sideways, up and down. What's your take on the situation?
Nasdaq futures are up over 1.5% here, and big tech earnings today. After the close, we start getting Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Google, Twitter as well. So everything right now, short-term headline news with the election, obviously upcoming, but I'm very bullish, probably more bullish than I've ever been on a dip, because I fully anticipate within a day or within a few days, we resume the bullish uptrend and move on from all this election stimulus bull crap going on right now.
Sure. To what extent do you think the record spike in infection rates is putting a chill on the market?
Don't matter. I mean, as horrible as it sounds, with cases rising and everything like that, we're not going into lockdown. And we saw back in March, as we started to come off the lows, obviously with help from the Fed, that the market doesn't care about the cases going up or coronavirus. It affects the economy, but the markets are so disconnected that we'll start seeing the same rotation into tech, while you have sectors like travel, energy, and banks all continuing to act weak. But you already see today in the option flow that they could give a crap less about the coronavirus. They're already pouring money into names like social media stocks, Pinterest, Twitter, China stocks, Neo, Momo, JD, e-commerce giants like Baba. They don't care. Money's got to go somewhere, so it's going to go into the stocks unaffected with Corona.
Sure. Do you think the spike in infection rates and the imminent election is going to be a justification for an even bigger stimulus package, which should have a wildly bullish influence on markets post-election?
Yeah, I really don't know what's happening with the stimulus. I kind of gave up on it, and obviously the market doesn't care. I mean, we were down like a day or two when they said stimulus talks were discontinuing. It's just another excuse, and that's one thing I'm trying to tell myself and to tell members that everything you're reading about stimulus is just short-term headline news in a bull market, and it's just another excuse that you're seeing that's going to create fear. And if $1,000 or $2,000 was the game-changing number to change the whole stock market, then wow, that says something.
Yeah. Well, probably a lot of those recipients wouldn't have any money for the market if it weren't for the $2,000 check, but that's neither here nor there. So, what about this phenomenon of the option market being flooded and sort of driven erratically by unsophisticated investor mobs on Robinhood? Is that phenomenon still happening?
So it's starting to cool down. In fact, I was watching that Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports, and a very entertaining character. I like the guy a lot. He's very entertaining, and he was kind of the king of, we'll say, the whole Robinhood phenomenon. And I was watching it, looking at the chat, and people were still saying, their penny stocks or their high flyer stocks, buy this, do that, get that one. And, those people, they had their run, but if you overstay your welcome, you're going to get hit. It's like you go to a party and you're drinking all night and then you crash on the couch and you lose your wallet or your phone. And you're like, oh no, what happened? So that really already happened with a lot of their Wall Street Bet, Robinhood darlings like DraftKings, these stocks had their, we'll call it Robinhood unsophisticated traders slash investors run up. And like DraftKings went from 35 to 64. This was actually a sweet spot stock in the teens, one of our first ones. And, now it's from 64 back down to 37. And the stock's been red like every day for the past month. So all those Robinhood chasers, we'll call them, their hangover is hitting home, and you'll have a lot of people like that who are no longer in the stock market because they bought, let's say, 55, $60, and now they're down, 20, 30, 40%. And when you have, let's say, 10 grand in the market, and now that 10 grand is 5 grand or worse, less, those are the kind of people that will go away from the stock market and you won't see again. So, that needed to happen. And obviously timing is very difficult to time something like that, but it needed to happen to get those weak hands out, those Robinhood investors out. And, I think that's a good thing because now we could go back to normal trends and not parabolic kind of made up moves in some stocks.
So where are you making your best trades today?
I'm actually very, very long China stocks, actually. So some semiconductors, because the chips have been down. The SOX index or the SMH you could look at was down like, I think 9 out of the last 10 trading sessions. And today it's up nearly 2%. I like China stocks. I like e-commerce. I like chips, and I like everything to do with social media + online dating. So I made really good money in Snapchat yesterday. I had some members make 1,000+% return on pins calls overnight. I had a friend message me. She bought pins calls for 185 yesterday, and they were over $14 today. So that was a huge win. And I like, names like Match, Momo, Neo, JD, Baba, Baidu, Marvel, which acquired IPHI today for the 5G. That stock's already up $3 off the lows. And I'm actually thinking about getting into some lower price small cap biotechs. They're having finally a big bounce today. And even, like names like Callaway Golf that acquired Top Golf or with a Top Golf IPO, dip buying names that have been hit on news because short-term price, you have some stocks almost at a discount. Even names like Bed Bath & Beyond, for as crazy as it sounds, I think are somewhat attractive here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then the market doesn't care about the coronavirus. The market's starting to not care about the election. So is there any preparations you're making for either one candidate or the other? Or are you just you're just trading what you see in front of you?
I've had this debate with myself many times and trying to have it with others. Even if I knew who was going to win, I don't know how the market would react. That's the crazy part, because it seems like the market's pricing in a Biden win, or Goldman Sachs, I should say, is pricing in that. But I don't know what that would even do. If he does win, will stocks go up or down? And if Trump wins, usually the market likes the remaining party and they like certainty. Well, they know what they're getting, but will the market sell off again like when he won and then reverse overnight, like in the futures, and then go green? I don't know. I would say, there's a sector of Trump stocks out there, especially your metals and mining, like XME stocks, your Cliff, your letter X, some of the gold and silver names out there that I would usually think of buying ahead, if I thought, he was going to win. But you do have earnings which are cluttering, the short-term price action. Like Letter X has earnings today, US Steel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I want to say it's a coin flip. Like usually you try to be, Wall Street is always forward looking and I try to be proactive, but like, I don't even know what the market would do or what certain stocks would do if Biden or Trump won. So that's like the crazy part is, I don't even have like an opinion or a thought process of, oh, this sector of stocks will benefit if he won or he won. I have no idea really. So I'm not even trying to really, I guess you can say, predict it or trade it. I'm just sticking to, the stocks we talked about, social media, online dating, and China stocks, because that's where the money's going.
Sure. All right. Well, let's leave it there for today, Lance. That's a great update. We'll come back to you next week. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, James.